Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time and depending on when you're going to be seeing this video. It's your brother, your boy, courserepscorner. Like I always tell you guys, it's my corner, it's your corner, and it's our corner.
I don't wanna fall in love, I just wanna have some fun, yeah. I don't wanna fall in love.
Do you know that in my country, corruption has started long time ago? Corruption has started long time ago. It wasn't today that corruption entered Nigeria. Now, there's something I saw on social media. This made me. I'd watched it first, second, and third, and I said, no, I have to. I like sharing things like this so that you can learn your history. Because as I'm talking to you now, presently in Nigeria, there is nothing like history being taught in our schools anymore. History has been cut out of the educational curriculum for students in secondary school now, presently, as I speak to you. Now, somebody will ask, what really happened? Or what really is the problem? And how can these things be regulated? The truth must also be said that yes, you can't do it all by yourself. There's some things you will do, it works well. There's some things you will do, it will not work well. That is just the truth. Corruption has started long time ago. I'm sorry to say, this corruption started from my own brother. Yes, the very first head, the very first president, as stated, of Nigeria. As in, I am short of words. This particular history, I have not heard about it before until today, and I said no, I will share it. I don't want to talk much. The video is already long. Let me allow us watch it. As in, I am short of words, so please, if you think this particular documentary was a false or was not true or they lied, please tell me in the comment section. We need to know so that we can learn. Having said, I want to thank you all for always watching my content. I want to appreciate you for the love and the care. For those of us who have not subscribed, please, I beg you, subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share so that we can move this ministry to the permanent side. To come away next time to see me on your screen, guys, I leave us with the very start or the very genesis of corruption in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Please give me your comment and your opinion in the comment section.
In defense of my honor, and with due deference to those concerned.
In 1949, a company belonging to Dr. NNAMDI AZIKIWE and his family bought a bank in Lagos. The bank was bought with the intention to have a bank controlled by a black Nigerian, which will serve the interest of other Nigerians. Because then, banks were owned and controlled by the British. So Azikiwe desired to have a bank that Africans can call their own, which would break the British banking monopoly in Nigeria. The name of the bank then was African Continental Bank. However, after some years, a report about transactions carried out by the bank showed that although NNAMDI AZIKIWE had resigned as chairman of the bank when he took office as the premier of Eastern Region in 1954, but the active chairman of the bank, as at the time of the report, was his friend. The report revealed that most of the paid-up capital of the bank were from the Eastern Regional Financial Corporation. So a tribunal was set up to investigate the matter. It was headed by the then Nigeria's Chief Justice, Sir 6th Aug, and was called the 6th Aug Tribunal. The tribunal found out that while serving as the premier of Eastern Region, NNAMDI AZIKIWE had transferred public money, which was about 1/4 of the whole 1955-1956 revenue of the Eastern Region, to his own bank in order to save the bank from collapse. Corruption did not start from there. In fact, let's start from the beginning. Before NNAMDI AZIKIWE's corruption case, in 1943, Sir Ahmadu Bello was sentenced to 1 year in prison by the Sultan of Sokoto's court for misappropriating cattle tax which he collected from cattle owners in Gusau region in present-day Zamfara State, where he was the councillor. However, he spent only 3 months in jail as he appealed the sentence in a higher court, stating his innocence. The court later granted him freedom. Few years after independence, in 1962, Chief Obafemi Awolowo was found guilty by a commission of inquiry known as Justice Coker Commission for using the Western region's money to finance the promotion and activities of his party, the Action Group. The Coker Commission found out that Awolowo mismanaged and diverted funds totaling over £6 million from the Western Region Marketing Board to finance political activities. All these were corruption cases that had connection to the founding fathers of Nigeria. But corruption was firstly introduced in Nigeria way back in 1914 when Nigeria became a country. Just a few months after the amalgamation of southern and northern Nigeria, the British contractors and traders introduced what they called contract percentage into the Nigerian trade system. What is this contract percentage? Contract percentage was the extra money contractors and traders were making from every contract awarded. For instance, if Mr. John is a building contractor, he would approach Mr. Ben, who is a permanent secretary in the Ministry of Works, for a contract to build a 10-kilometer road in Lagos. Mr. Ben would then tell Mr. John to add an extra percent to the cost of the contract, let's say like 15 or 20%, which would be given to him as his own reward for awarding the contract to him. The 15 or 20% extra cost on the contract would be given to Mr. Ben, who awarded the contract to Mr. John, when Mr. Ben received the payment from the government or organization that awarded the contract. That was how the British introduced the first phase of corruption in Nigeria. This process of awarding contracts by government officials and private organizations still persists till date in Nigeria. The third chapters of corruption happened when large sums of money suddenly disappeared from the accounts of government agencies, commissions, and parastatals. It happened between 1976 and 1979. The Nigerian oil sector lost $2.8 billion. Muhammadu Buhari was the Federal Commissioner for Petroleum and Natural Resources when this happened. Again, during the Gulf War, the same Nigeria oil sector lost $12.4 billion under General Ibrahim Babangida's regime. These huge sums of money were not accounted for by both administrations. A recent attempt through a lawsuit by a civil society group to bring Babangida to account for the money which got missing under his watch was struck out by a federal high court in Abuja. Additionally, the fourth origin of corruption in Nigeria was done through a decree called the Land Use Decree, which is today known as the Land Use Act. How did it happen?